somebody balanced that statue up there on that rooftop there on the end of Mr. Darcy's mansion. So I parked here in the main car park, and I'm in Lyme Park. I think it's in Cheshire. All these counties are quite close together here, Cheshire, Derbyshire and South Yorkshire. Okay, so I could easily spend the whole day here. It's a very extensive park. Actually, I think I just timed this right. The sun's just starting to come out. Okay, here's a very extensive park. First time I've been here. Lyme Hall, you are here. Look how extensive it is. About 2 or 3 miles long. Okay, I say I just come across the car park, and I'll go up to the formal gardens next to the house first of all. To Lyme Park, I don't know how you pronounce it. Okay, so house and park and garden, 13 quid for an adult. Park and garden, which is me, £6. Okay, let's go stroll up here towards the formal gardens. Looks like there's another quite substantial building up there. The interior. Now, I didn't get a ticket to go inside the house, but this is the interior courtyard. Okay, so let's see. Where did Miss Elizabeth Barrett run away in embarrassment from Mr. Darcy? Somewhere around here. Oh, terrace. I can't see the terrace though. Oh, it was up there. No, where was it? Yeah, did she run along there and down the steps? Look at those colonnades up there. Yeah. So this is what I can't look up anymore. It gets me dizzy. Old age is creeping up. Okay. Volunteers working on the gardens. Not sure how much they get paid for volunteering the work. Well worth coming around here. Yeah, I like it here. The sun just came out. Now that must be a good sign. This is called the orange tree. Not the orange tree, I can't pronounce it. The orangery. Orangery, yeah, orangery. They're out in force. I think it's still morning just about. I like it here. This in the foreground here is the rose garden, but of course it's too early for the roses as yet. Yeah. Up there somewhere is the blackbird. Yeah. The sun's come out, and look at those. I presume they're old oak trees, gnarled or gnarled. Yeah. All right. Down to the down and dirty. I just called into the gents, and there's certainly quite a few spaces there for the visitors. So obviously a lot more people come to this park than are here today. And there's quite a few here today. Okay, so I'll retrace some steps, go back to the formal garden, and I'll make my first expedition up to something called the cage. Okay, so Miss Elizabeth Barrett began to reconsider Mr. Darcy's proposal when she saw his mansion from this viewpoint. She had to confess that she'd never seen a house so pleasantly situated. I've got this place more or less to myself. So it's still mid-April and the weather has been dreary for the last few days. Yes, this is going to be a long video. This is a pleasant place. I'm glad I came here. The aristocracy occupied these mansions. Aristocracy. I think this house dates from the 16th century. And it was occupied by the same family for centuries. Now, I think they went by the formal names of Lord this and Lord that. And I think now, of course, they sold out to the National Trust in 1946. Well, they could no longer afford to upkeep huge houses and extensive parks. There's plenty of jobs to do here for the volunteers, keeping up these ornamental gardens. Unfortunately, that one down there, the Italianate garden, is currently closed at the moment. So I presume I can get round here, and maybe it ends right there. Yeah. Oh, I can get round it. Yeah, no problem. The traditional sights of the English springtime are the daffodils. They're a fantastic display at this time of year. Mind you, they're just about coming to an end. Okay, I'll come to an end here, so alright. Got plenty of time, I've got all day. Retrace some steps. Certain paths are being closed off. I have to go through the house to get back to the car park. But you can see how high the hills are in this park. Plenty of exercise here if you wanted to go walking around the park. There's a placard. The Lee family, if that's how you pronounce it, lived here for 600 years. For 1346 to 1946. Yeah, that was a long time. Okay, that tree there is just, you can see the buds are forming, so another couple of weeks that'll probably be out in leaf. Okay, so I'm heading now for an uphill walk towards the cage. It's a viewpoint. Put my nose up here, and there's the cage ahead. Maybe a little over a mile away from the big house. So unfortunately the gloom, well, there's a patch of sun, the odd patch of sunlight, but the gloom seems to have arrived again. There are one or two more, or I think 2 or 3 more follies in this extensive park, but it definitely required the whole day to tour around the park. And it'd be nice if there were kind of like well, little cafes serving cups of tea dotted about. Of course, there's only the one by the car park. The view from the cage. See if I can get out of the wind. And over there in the distance, it's a bit hazy, gloomy today, but you can probably pick out the. Can I pick it out in the? Yeah, there it is. Yeah, the Manchester skyline. Manchester City skyline. Very extensive park. Now, which way do we go? I'm going to go back to the car park. Can you hear me? The wind's picked up on this hilltop. So that's only a short walk up to the cage. There's the house ahead with the car park. Maybe peeking out occasionally. And I'm going to go over there, something called the timber yards. I'm not sure. We might be closed. It doesn't look as though there are too many people there. I'm going down to a building called the timber yard. I don't know if these are called lime trees. Quite a few of them have been topped. I'm hopelessly lost. I want to see either two viewpoints, the knoll or the lantern, and there's no sign of any signposts. Okay, beggars can't be choosers. There's no signposts for the lantern viewpoints or the knoll that I can see. But there is a signpost going along this road to Darcy's Pond. Now that was in the 1990s TV version of Pride and Prejudice. It wasn't in the original Jane Austen book. Maze of paths going in all directions. It's easy to get confused. This is where just the old-fashioned compass would come in useful. I'm gonna give up. I'll return. I'll just follow my nose. I'll just take what looks like an interesting path and see where it leads. Come full circle. There's the entrance to the big house, and past that guy mowing the lawn earlier on. So I've lost about over an hour, more like 2 hours. Get more exercise in. I don't feel too bad actually. You've been walking for about, well, including the ornamental gardens, I think for over 3 hours, and now I'm going uphill again, so I'll carry straight on. This seems to be a popular place for walkers, so I don't think it, well, I might be wrong, I don't think I am, but this leads to the lantern viewpoint. Fortunately the gloom has settled in again. I hope it's, I'm here until Wednesday. Today is Monday, so hopefully tomorrow will be better. I'm planning on going and walking in the Mamtor region by Castleton tomorrow, so I need, it's kind of a bit, well, it's not raining, at least you can say that. A long road without a turn-in. And but our walk is going along here, so I'll continue going along here. I'll leave this long road without a turn-in and turn off here. I can see a semblance of a footpath along here. A signpost there and a footpath going over in that direction. So here I've got something of an ascent going up here, so I'll go to the top and see if there's a viewpoint up here. But it's not really, I don't think it's really a recommended walk. Obviously 99% of the visitors stay in the vicinity of the big house. Yeah, the breeze has picked up, so there's going to be an audio problem. And here's the ascent. Now, to get here, Lyme Park, I was relying on sat-navs. My car sat-nav at Lyme Park came up, but completely the wrong place. In the vicinity of Lyme Park, but just went up to kind of like a private house. And the Garmin sat-nav, which I have clipped to the windscreen, that didn't, attractions, that didn't, Lyme Park didn't show at all. That was completely left out, a major attraction. So these sat-navs are not all they're made out to be on occasion. The odd walkers dotted around on this very gloomy day. There's the cage there, that's the only thing you can say for this section of the walk. There's the view of the cage. Now there's a stile going over the wall here. Okay, I just asked a couple of dog walkers who couldn't go over that stile, so there's an alternative gap in the wall there. And they said it was just along here, the lantern, the viewpoint. And this certainly seems to be a well-trodden path. So things are looking up a bit. Just a few yards along this path, and there's the lantern there. So I'll go down and have a look at it, but I wanted actually an all-round viewpoint. Side of the lantern, kind of like a folly, and the big house is down there. One of the lords, if you could see this lantern, he knew it was okay to go out for the day hunting in his estate. Retrace my steps to get back onto this kind of open moorland, and I'll continue my ascent. I just want to see if I can get a better viewpoint. It's a settled gloom over the Peak District. There's the cage down there. Now, climb over this stile. Okay, so there's a stile back there, and imagine that high wall there is the boundary of the estate, and of course it restricts the view, if there is any. Just past a solitary walker. There's no view to the left because of that wall, but I know on ridge top, because the breeze is pretty good breeze up here. Out of the woodland, and I've got another one of these high stiles to climb over. That's a curious marker stone there. I'll just go climb up those steps, stone steps, just to finally see the view. Is the high point on this walk. I could continue climbing uphill, go along the high ridge, but there's a footpath that goes down here, directly back down to the big house. The path descends steeply along the side of that wall. You can see the big house ahead. A straightforward descent now, down to the big house and the car park. I'm hoping my phone battery doesn't, it's down pretty low, 30%. I'm hoping it holds out, because I want to record this walk. So this is the way. So what's the name of that kind of tower there? That I had difficulty finding on the map, and so I'll come full circle. So just down here is the car park. There's the big house. Back to the car park, and my car's just over there. Quite an energetic walk for me. I might take an easier walk